Hello, my loves, and welcome to another creative storytelling. With that said, let's just get on with it, shall we? All right, what do we have going on for today's story? So, someone is finally realizing their worth. Someone may have held themselves towards situations they know that they should have left or not held themselves to. But this is someone who is finally coming to realize who they are, their worth, that they're above certain things. This feels like it's something new to someone because you see, for the cat, it's a kitten, right? But I'm drawn to the emphasis of someone's and their self-worth. This is someone who is finally realizing their worth. This is all new to them. So let's see. Tell us more about this main character. 6 of Pentacles. Look at that. This is someone who is finally realizing their worth, finally realizing it's time to stop giving to things that do not give to us. Not everything or everyone is worthy of your time and energy or attention. This is someone being more discerning and mindful of where their energy goes. 7 of Swords, 3 of Wands, 3 of Swords to the Fool card. This is someone who, in the past, they could have been a bit naive. They were given two things that they really shouldn't have. This could be someone who was also coming to realize, uh, the role that they played in their experience. If they were experiencing a less than type of experience with people, maybe they dealt with users, hopefully not abusers, right? But it's like, at what point, at what point do we not realize we are signing ourselves up for this stuff, right? I mean, we could try to be naive about it with that Fool card, or we can just look at it head on. Think about it. If you sign you up for situations with people who are unsavory or shady, or you know what they're all about, but you're refusing to see the situation for what it is, right? You're refusing to see people when people show you who they are, and you're refusing to believe it, or you're just waiting for them, 3 of Wands instead to change. Well, let's be naive, let's wait it out. 3 of Swords to the 7 of Swords. Eventually they'll do this, or eventually they'll change, or eventually things will get better. Or we could realize we are hurting ourselves, holding ourselves to situations that we should have removed of. Sometimes some people and situations come along to reflect things lacking within us. And sometimes it's a lack of realization of our own worth. In which case, that's when we come to realize, you know what? Why am I going to sit here and settle for less? No more. Okay. So what happened in the recent past? 5 of Cups. Someone was just not happy. This is someone who could have, even though they knew better and they were feeling guided, they held themselves a situation where perhaps it was just a bunch of lip service in their head and unhappy. This could even be someone who they found themselves dealing with other people who were miserable, and they gave that misery their company and it embraced theirs, in which case it made them miserable too. Strength card. This is someone who tried to act like everything was okay, meanwhile it wasn't. Put on a brave face. This is someone who tried to put on a brave face, meanwhile, they were not happy. They were miserable. 4 of Swords. This is someone who ended up hitting a form of low peak, low point until finally enough was enough. This is someone who sat in energy for quite some time trying to put on a brave face, even though they were just completely unhappy. But then at what point do we not realize, are we causing our own form of unhappiness? Especially if we got to realize our worth, what it is that we want. Someone sat in an energy for so long until they finally realize, you know what? Enough is enough, no more. All right. And what of the present energy? Page of Cups, King of Cups, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like in the present energy, our main character isn't really putting themselves out there. They are just more so focusing on their own thing. This feels like someone who they're not out there actively looking for anyone or anything. This is someone who is more so choosing to focus on themselves, tending to their own garden. Temperance sideways. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is someone who's in the energy. Ain't nobody got time for that. This is like someone who is more so investing into themselves and their own personal experience, watering their own lawn, and they have no time for anything outside of that. It's like someone who's trying to catch up for wasted time. So now they're more so focused on giving all that energy, all that nurturing energy towards themselves versus anywhere else. Hmm. Why does this feel like, look at that, this the magician and the sun peeking out. Much as this character could be in this very self-focused energy, could even be someone who's just more so focusing towards, throwing their energy in towards their life and their career. Why does it feel like with that Queen of Swords just a bit tilted and the Hierophant just a bit tilted with the High Priestess? This is like someone who is minding their own, very focused on their self. Could be focusing. This could even be someone they meet someone through their job or a place that they frequent. Maybe they go to the coffee shop or the cafe, and someone catches their eye. Right. This is like someone who something catches their eye, it gets on their radar, but they're not sure what to make of it. Eh, It's almost given like if someone becomes so self-focused, hyper independent, and more so detached, they're not really sure what to make of when it comes to the idea of connection or someone around them. It's almost like, wait a minute, what's that? They're not sure what to make of something, whatever it is. What is this that they're not sure what to make of? What are they not sure what to make of? Ace of Wands. They're not sure what to make of something. What is this something? What is this Ace of Wands? It could be what they want to do or what next. Why does a part of it feel like someone though? Tell me more about that Ace of Wands. Star card and the Two of Swords sideways. This could just be someone who's not sure what to make of where to from here. What do they want next? Or if they even want to in I don't know, someone could have become so comfortable within their own, they're not really sure what else, what do they want next? What do they want to do next? And does it entail anyone else around them? Knight of Pentacles. What do I want for my long term, for my long haul? I'm telling you, but I feel like a part of it is also pertaining to a person. This is like someone who's really trying to figure out their own shit, where to next, what to from here. And at the same token, even look at this Five of Pentacles. someone catches their attention or catches their eye, and it's almost like, "Oh, I'm here, Deborah Cox. How did you get here? Nobody's supposed to be here." And it's almost like, "Wait a minute. That wasn't on that wasn't on my bingo card. I was more so focusing on this and focusing on that. I don't know if I want this. I don't know what to make of this." I feel like we have a character who has become so focused on what they want versus what they don't want that they chose to be the one to give themselves all those things that they want, right? Especially if they realized they weren't getting it from these sources, these leeches or untrustworthies or, these liars, cheaters, backstabbers, right? So they flip the scales and they choose to put their energy towards themselves, right? Because they don't want to entertain this type of energy. They want reciprocal, genuine, fair, balanced energy or not at all. So they choose to give that energy to themselves, treat themselves the way that they wish to be treated. In which case, the more they're self focused and focusing only on their garden without the concept or notion of anyone or anything outside of them, and they're trying to figure out what next? What's the next step? Where to from here? Or what do I want to do next? Or what do I want to pursue next? That's when it feels like someone comes along and it throws them off where they don't know what to make of it. High priestess sideways. And they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure out what to make of this person, the situation, or just the very idea. It could even be just someone who they're around who comes along who kind of shifts the energy with that notion where it's like they're not sure what to make of this person, but it could be that this person just represents more so of an idea, you know, a potential, whether it be with them or the idea of potentially someone else, allowing anyone else back in down the line. Do I even want to? Would I even want to entertain that, whether that be with them or anyone in general? I don't know. What do I want? Decisions, decisions. Okay. Well, what will our main character decide? Ooh, Tower. Ten of Swords, Nine of Wands, sideways. Mm. I feel like this is something that they don't really get the choice to decide. This is something that's going to kind of happen on its own, where it's almost like the decision's made for you. If this is someone who, instead of, it's almost like the universe isn't really giving them much leeway to really like get in the energy of like we're not gonna do mental gymnastics, and build this huge ass wall of mental gymnastics. We're just gonna boom, where it's almost like look, if you're going to allow someone in, you're just gonna do it. I don't, how do I explain this energy? It's like, when someone enters your life and they just come along, even when, and it doesn't have to be romantic, it could even be platonic, right? And you're quite content in your own, and then someone comes along and you didn't realize, the more this person, the more they're in your life, the more you get to know them, the more you can't really see them not in your life, right? It's like someone comes along and kind of takes away all the mental gymnastics of it all, is what that feels like. Yeah, see, look, Six of Cups, a soulmate, a rare one. Hermit under the deck. So I feel like they're getting a bit of a rarity. They have a very unique soulmate connection coming in. And this could even be just more so platonic. This doesn't have to be romantic. I mean, it very well could be, but they have a soulmate coming in, someone who is like them, a bit of a rarity, a unicorn, right? A bit of a loner themselves, a bit more withdrawn. It's two peas of the same pod drawn towards each other like moths to the flame. Now, whether that be platonic or romantic, that's up for debate. Five of Wands. I feel like two people who have known some shit, who have been through similar things. Hence, they go about things. This is like attracting alike. So we have two people of the same caliber attracting each other. Seven of Wands sideways, King of Swords sideways. There's something about it, it just comes easy where if someone if they have to put their guard up or they're always expecting something, it's just like there's something about this, it just comes easy with that seven of wands sideways. Queen of cups, they're open to give to this, they're feeling drawn to give to this. There's just something about it that they feel like they can open up to. This feels like a connection that comes to realize that comes in to kind of help make some form of leeway to open uh, our main character. Could even be both of these people, two soulmates, even up, right? So, as whereas if they're more so closed off because they're untrusting because of whatever they've dealt with in the past, this opens them up. Um, but it does feel like our main character is they have a soulmate coming in as a form of catalyst to try to open them up to be receptive towards letting people in, people who are actually of a like mind, of like heart, who reflect their own energy, right? um, Someone to help them, teach them to open up and to allow people in after a form of rebuilding of one's own structure, personal structure, after learning their self-worth. So this would be attracting people, attracting someone in particular who, now that they have rebuilt themselves and they know their worth, they're attracting a soulmate connection, one where someone sees their worth as well. They know their worth just as much as they know their own, right? And again, that could be platonic or romantic. Take it how it resonates. But I feel like I'm going to leave that there. With that said, that is your read.